Let's continue our analysis of these extroversion ratings, in which we expected high agreement, is indicated by the blue crosses here, between the self and other raters. So let's return to the analysis. So we'll select Analyses, Pattern Analysis, and Crossed Orderings. Now notice by default, it's taken to the most recent data set that was created or that is visible in the data edit window. So let me show you what I mean by that by selecting Cancel and go to the data edit window. And we can see the randomization results that we created from our last analysis and that we examined briefly. So we could just select the Big 5 vignette prediction data and bring that to the top, or we could go to the analysis and select the data set from this little pull down menu. So we'll do that. And now our settings are restored. So we see the extroversion self, extroversion other ratings. We see our expected pattern. And now we're ready to explore these other output options. So we have individual classifications, we have append individual results, and save individual results. So let's select all three of those. Let's go ahead and just turn off the randomization test to save a little bit of output here. And I'll select OK to run it. We're taken to that text output window. If we scroll up, we can see the classification results here. We see the pattern up there. Here we see the individual classification results. So notice we get a classification result column, and it's coded as 0 and 1. So we can scroll down and see that a 0 indicates an incorrect classification, whereas a 1 indicates a correct classification. So scrolling back up to our first few cases here, notice case 1, it's a 0, it's an incorrect classification. Now the next two columns, we see the extroverted self rating, which is a 3, and the extroverted other rating, which is a 2. So those clearly do not match. And then here is case number 2, classified incorrectly, 2 and 1. Here's case number 3, classified correctly, and it's a 1 and a 1 for the two self and other ratings, and those indicate extroversion. So there is the agreement. We see case number 4 agrees as well, and I believe a 3 is both. So you can scan down and examine individual cases here and see who has been correctly classified or incorrectly classified. Now we also selected the Save Classification Results option. So if we go to the data edit window, we now have a new data set created here. Again, you can see it's the last in the list. And so we can see that the results have simply been created or saved into a data set. So now we can run additional analysis on this data set if we wish. We can save this data set for future reference or what have you. Now we also appended the results to the existing data set. So we go back to the Big 5 vignette prediction data, the data set that we're analyzing. So I'll just select the tab here. You can see the classification result has been added in as an additional column or ordering. So now what we can do is additional analyses here with the original data set. So for example, perhaps we wish to see if there's a difference between males and females in terms of that classification result. So I'll just use a build test model here and have gender as the cause and classification result as the effect. Let's get a randomization test while we're here and select OK. Iterates through. We can see that the PCC is 54.93%, a little bit above 50-50. Chance value is not very low, 0.29. Let's go to the multigram so we can see what's going on here. I'll right click just to turn on or toggle on the column proportions. And we can see that there is a slight majority of males who are incorrectly classified and a slight majority of females who are correctly classified. So this indicates that the agreement pattern fit a little bit better for females than it did for the males. Perhaps that's a theoretically interesting or important finding to explore further, but we were able to get to this additional analysis by appending the classification result to the original data set. So with these options, you can look more closely at the individuals in your study to see who's been correctly classified or incorrectly classified, and then you can explore further potential hypotheses with regard to those classification results.